It's Ketlyn Henry, and I recently bought with Jennifer, my realtor, back in October 2021. Love it. Everything is has been great. I love my neighbors. It is so quiet. I have an amazing view. It's just all like the scenery is just really beautiful. You can see the lake from one of my windows, and then you can see the mountain from the other side of my home. I actually met Jennifer through Top Results Group through Nelson. My mother, she bought a home. Nelson was her realtor. And so when I was looking for a home, we initially went to Nelson and they said that he was out of town. And so he said, however, I am not leaving you stranded. I will put you in with the best person possible. And that's when he told me about Jennifer. And I was still a little nervous. I was like, I don't know, Jennifer. And the moment I spoke to her, I felt like a sense of relief. Like she just put me in so much ease. She was so professional. And I mean, we had like our first intake or our first interview. And I was just so blown away by how on top of everything she was and who she was connecting me with. Everything just flowed so smoothly. Oh, she has a lifelong friend in me. Like she made it so personable and she made me feel like every question that I had was not a dumb question because I really went into it naive. I didn't know anything about the housing market. She took her time to not only explain it to me, but when we got to the step and I didn't remember what she said, she never treated me like, I already told you this. She always treated me like um she just treated me with care, and she was willing to repeat something multiple times because a lot of it for me, it wasn't that I wasn't understanding what was going on. I think it was I was fearful. I was stepping into something that was just a huge loan, a huge, something. And with her, she just kind of made me feel like it will be okay. And I'm going to walk you through every step. Literally, I could call her 10 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the morning, and she would answer and she would respond. And so it was just an amazing feeling. I'm like her biggest fan. I'm constantly telling people, especially first time buyers like me, about Jennifer, because when you're a first time buyer, you need someone that is going to be patient with you and that is going to treat you with respect because this isn't our field. And so coming into this, she really made me feel like she was going to walk me through every step and never made me feel pressured at all. That's another big thing that I love about Jennifer. I Even if someone is telling me something that's the right thing to do, if you put pressure behind it, is going to make me shut down because I'm going to feel like you just are trying to make a sale. If I didn't like something, she was just like, that's okay. We will find something that you like, but never made me feel pressured to make a decision right away. She definitely, throughout the entire process, all the way, even after escrow, I mean, even after I moved in, she was there to answer questions. I remember getting certain things in the mail that I didn't know about that were possibly scammers. And she was willing to walk me through everything. But even before I made it to escrow, she broke everything down. Her and my financial lender, they broke everything down so that way before I had to sign paperwork with the notary, I already knew everything that was coming. So when I was doing my paperwork, the lady was like trying to, explain everything. I was like, oh, I already know. My realtor already explained it. Like everything was already kind of told to me in advance so that I was able to feel some sense of like, oh, secure in me signing these documents. What surprised me was just how personable she was. Not necessarily like her personality of being personable, but just in that position of being your realtor, but also making you feel like you're part of the family. I think that surprised me because I looked at a realtor as like, that's your job. And, there's kind of like, this is, you're over here and I'm over here. But I never felt that way with Jennifer. And I still don't know if that's a realtor thing or if that's just a Jennifer thing where she just makes you feel like you are a part of her life. And when I say that, because that's huge to me, it made me feel like every home she was showing me, every question she was answering it and showing these things to me from a place of love, like as if she cared about the things that I needed. And like I said, not just trying to sell something. I've never bought, sold with anyone before. All I could compare her to was from other people's experience. And that was one of the reasons why I even um, gave her information to my aunt, because when I was explaining to my aunt how Jennifer was with me, she was just like, "Oh, yeah, I'm not used to that with realtors that she had worked with." So that's why I ended up referring um, Jennifer to my aunt because of her saying that. So for me personally, I don't know a difference, but I will say from talking to people that I really hit the jackpot by meeting Jennifer. And I don't even want to, because I don't want to get emotional, but I will say that um, she really came into my life during a much needed time. 2020 was very hard for my family. We had a lot of deaths, we had a lot of tragedy. And Jennifer, without even knowing any of that, she came in and brought so much sunshine into my life and into my family's life, that I will be forever indebted to her for that. Just of, even if she didn't help me find a house, just her heart and her friendship and compassion helped me get through 2021. And so I will say that her helping me find this house was the cherry on the cake, like the cherry on the top. But just knowing her, what has been such an amazing experience. And I really do thank God that he brought her into my life, because I feel like now I even have a lifelong friend that's continuously um, wanting to make sure that I'm heading in the right steps in my life. I always call her like my big sister, because she really wanted to ensure that I was happy with this decision, and I have no regrets, no regrets. Like, even I lived in an apartment, and I already knew that this would be the perfect investment for my future. But without Jennifer, I probably wouldn't have seen such, like, how big of a value it is, if she didn't take that time to really teach me and help me to learn. So I'm just forever grateful for her, and I feel like I've grown as a woman through this experience. And yeah, and I'm just excited for where my journey is going to lead me, because I feel like this is just the beginning now.